Hello, and welcome to today's HYDRA demonstration. Today we'll be showing you a scenario that is based on our security, risk, and intelligence solution, specifically around the protection of real estate, protected sites, apartment buildings in and within urban areas. So I draw your attention to the screen. What you are looking at is our product called HYDRA, and my name is Priaash, and I'll be your guide during today's demonstration. So let me orientate you first. On the left of the screen is our HYDRA menu that gives you multiple options to navigate to home, which is the screen you're seeing now, to create resources, which could be your vehicles, your personnel, and specific assets that you are protecting, your devices that could be your vehicle tracking or your guard or personnel tracking or energy or camera monitoring. And then you can create information which I will go through shortly. Furthermore to that, we automate the outputs in the form of stories. So the outputs are detailed analysis or reporting requirements. You can browse all images within the gallery, and we also have a calendar for you to view anything from scheduling of patrols to license renewals, anything that you want to then manage and monitor and so forth. You can also set up notifications which are sent to your smartphone or to your email address, and notifications are on anything that needs to be alerted. So that is our comprehensive menu on the left. Then we have a feed. So this feed now shows information that is generated from multiple sources. So it could be your people on the ground creating incidents, site entry checks as an examples on their mobile device. It also shows the feed that has rules and alerts that are generated from your devices. So if a guard steps into this parking lot, we can generate an alert. If he steps out, we can generate an alert to say he has now exited an area. If there's a detection on a camera, as an example, this will also show up onto your feed. And then lastly, on the map. So anything that's geolocated within the system will be shown onto the map. So all these little dots here refer to some incident or event or occurrence that has occurred. Devices are also geolocated, like cameras, energy meters, and then anything that's moving like vehicles or guards on patrol as well. We also have a number of layers available, which I'll toggle through as we go through the demonstration. So let's kick off. So as mentioned, today we'll be talking about security, and I'm going to go through a number of different events that we have created to show you the versatility of the platform. So firstly, here we've located a security incident here where there's a number of different other events that have been reported. So in this specific incident, a suspicious individual was observed loitering near a communal area at a property. Now this can be alerted and logged via a guard, a patroller, or another individual, but it can also be detected via the cameras. So we can click this event to get more detail. So here we see, okay, there's an image that relates to this person and that was captured. More notes. So he was loitering in communal area. The threat level is low. The incident has been prevented, and there's a status that has been resolved. We can also note that the date and time and the location is also captured. And what we also have within HYDRA platform is allow you to have contextual bi-directional communication on this particular event. So if it was a high threat level, you could then have a command and control type of engagement in real time, talking about updates on this particular event. Okay, so as we are zooming in on a context that relates to properties and sites, you can also log daily operational information like site entry checks. So a vehicle has entered this property, standard identification checked, access granted, and so forth. Within buildings itself, we've also seen operationally from a context perspective that you might want to log actual facilities types of information. So you have your guards patrolling around, and you can dual purpose use them. They can open their mobile phone and capture facility type of information. So maintenance, leaky faucet in this apartment, and once again we can click it to get a bit more detail, and the type here is water maintenance itself. We have found that logging operational facility and site information in parallel with the security information is very beneficial from a security point of view as well. We also have the ability within HYDRA to monitor things like water and electricity using sensors and devices. So here is an alert for unusually high electricity consumption at a particular property, and this can be logged, but it can also be automated if there's a device that's connected into the building's meter system. Okay, here we have another example of a water leak that has been detected. So now we look to more the security type of events. So if there's an event that has happened, i.e. a perimeter breach, and a breach in the perimeter was detected at the property, this can also be logged. So what happens at this point in time is that further logging of information like this, more maintenance, a vehicle that has attempted to exit the property and the guard intervened and directed the driver, allows us to build up a history portfolio of this area, of that site, of that building, and this information can later be used to do predictive analytics from a security point of view. Once again, another person has been detected in the communal area. So all of this combination of these little dots here are data points that can be logged, and patterns and trends are detected over time. In addition to that, we can also integrate with other devices from a building context, like a smoke alarm that has been triggered and that alerts need to be generated out of them going forward. So other features that we have related directly to different types of cameras is detection of people, vehicles, humans, animals, and so forth. And it can be trained to detect various different things. So just scrolling through that, one example seen here is that here we've detected a vehicle. Now this feed generation comes from this camera here, and I'll click shortly on the camera to show you what that looks like. So now we have a camera that has been detected. You see it's taken these 3 images, but what it's generated for us is a detection to say, okay, this has now these 3 images. You can draw stats to see what's the trend of your detections. You can also look at the image itself, and only when there's a detection of vehicle, human, animal, and other things will it then pop up onto your feed. You see here the artificial intelligence detects that it's a vehicle, 99% sure there's a vehicle within the image as well. In the same manner, we can then detect whether there's a person. Now, if you have an area that is restricted at a certain time of night or day, and you want to monitor and make sure people are not in that area and alert the right authorities or your guards on patrol that this is happening in real time, this now notification will be pushed to their phone so that they can take immediate action going forward. So let's talk a little bit about what's happening on the map. So on the map here, we are protecting this area with these buildings. We have our guard here that's patrolling, so our guard 1. We can click on this. Now how this works is we can track movement using multiple different sources. So in this particular case, it's a mobile device, and we want to ask, okay, where has this guard been in the last 12 hours? So we can see its full history. In the last 12 hours, we can see its distance, its speed, if it's in a vehicle or its walking speed. This ensures that people that are scheduled to do patrols in specific areas are actually doing it, and doing it timelessly as well. Similarly, I can click on this vehicle and I can query where has this vehicle been in the past 24 hours, get its full history, analyze the speed, has it been speeding, so forth. And this can be done using our own mobile phone application that a driver keeps within the vehicle, but we've also integrated with installed vehicle tracking devices so that you get this real-time picture. So another example of the devices we have integrated with is cameras. So I mentioned the cameras can be geolocated previously. You can click on it and you can get to the cameras. And from a facility perspective or building perspective, we can also then integrate devices that give you awareness of energy, as an example. Similar ones that can be done in terms of water and other heat pumps, generators, and so forth. So the list is quite large, and it depends really on the context of what you want to log and how you want to do it. So this view then makes up your real-time view. And if you want a third-party external data to be integrated, as an example, traffic, you hit one button, this is just an example, and you see live traffic as well. So you can have total situational awareness as to what's going on within your area, within your context, within your site, whatever you are protecting going forward. Now, this view stems and shows the operational and tactical view. What you also would want is what happens from a wider time period. So we have automated the outputs in terms of the stories that you can see. So at a click of a button, you can know, okay, within this last day, within my group, this is what's been happened. I have 7 issue reports, 4 security incidents, 1 damaged perimeter. This is the information that's been captured by my team. These are the different types, and who has actually captured it, and get a nice summary of all the different things that has happened. Completely automated. We can also then show you a status of all your resources. So your resources could be, the places of interest, security, different types of incidents as an example, and we can give you a status of all your devices. So your devices, in this case, there's a camera trap, but also a status of your movement devices itself. And then we can take the outputs a step deeper. So we can then automate your basic statistics and get a wider view of what's happened over a longer period of time. So this is data that I've pulled over a period of a month. And then we can start having deeper, detailed analysis. These are examples of time spent. So this person spends a lot of time in this location, this person spends less time, and then you can analyze over a broad history. So I've pulled a few devices from a few different areas to demonstrate the various different type of capability. And all of this is then automated and can also be analyzed. We can also then provide analysis for the different cameras as well. So what is being alerted when are people loitering in the areas more and over a large period of time, and that allows us then to be a bit more proactive, maybe patrol during these times. And it's all about creating efficiencies of your people and your deployments going forward. So the tool really is very flexible and can be used by various different personnel, people on the ground, control room enablement. As an example, everything is filterable and completely automated, and also everything works on your mobile device. It also works offline. If you experience any loss of connectivity, you can still have visibility of your information going forward. So I thank you for your time today, for listening to this HYDRA demonstration, and we look forward to the next one. Thank you very much.